It's not a question of industry expectations. I always believe that the national interest and the country's interest is way above our own personal interest in rest of any sector or any industry. What is there in the national interest? The biggest thing that the country needs is, which our Prime Minister's vision is also, poverty eradication and job creation. How are we going to eradicate poverty and create jobs? We can only do it by a labor intensive industry. Agriculture is computerized with drones, a lot of work as industry with artificial intelligence and computerization. There are no jobs left. So the only industry which is labor intensive, where 1 out of 10 jobs will be created in the next 20 years, is tourism. Because for tourism, when a tourist comes, you see, you need people at the airport, you need bellboys, you need porters. When it comes to the hotel, you need reception people, you need someone to sell vegetables, housekeeping, you need dry cleaning, air conditioning engineers, gardeners, and souvenir shops, which has a multiplier effect on handicrafts also. So unfortunately, tourism is being given a stepbrotherly treatment. There are a lot of benefits for physical exports, but for tourism exports, there is no benefit. So in this budget, what we expect from the government is not for the industry, but for the country, that all foreign exchange earning should be exempted from taxes, whether it's GST or other taxes. So that is one thing which we expect from the government. Second thing we expect from the government is that taxes on hotels should be reduced because we are outpricing ourselves, right? From Sri Lanka, from Thailand, from Malaysia and Singapore. Before COVID, our inbound tourism was 11.5 million. We have not reached that figure. Before COVID, about 1 million Indians used to go to Thailand. Now 2 million Indians go. But in India, we have not reached that pre-COVID figure. And one thing the Trump tariffs have proved, that a lot of FDI is going out of India right now. And that is why the rupee is becoming weaker and the dollar is becoming stronger. When an exporter earns $1,000, he imports certain things, maybe from some other country, and the value addition is only 5 or 10%. So actually only 5 or 10% of that $1,000 comes to India. But when tourism exports its services and tourist comes to India, 100% of the money remains in India. And if there is a crisis, it doesn't fly away. It remains with the Indians. And it has a multiplier effect. The taxi driver makes money, the coolie makes money, the shops make money, the hotels, restaurants make money, the porter at the Himalayan mountains, he makes money, the pony driver makes money, the houseboat in Kerala or Kashmir makes money. So tourism is something which needs, you see, we had an Incredible India campaign which was very successful. So we want that, and the Prime Minister wants that when tourist comes, they should do a lot of shopping here. For that, all countries like Singapore, even UK, when you buy anything locally, when you go to the airport, there's a VAT refund. So the taxes are refunded. That encourages the tourist to do more shopping. So in this budget, they should introduce that also. Then another thing is that there is a GST on the hotels, then there's a GST on the package, then there is a tax on the road tax, then on the transporter. So it has a cascading effect. So we should be able to get our incentives back. Now, In the five-star hotels where there's 18% GST, they get. But in the smaller hotels where they've made a 5% tax, there is no kickback. I mean, they cannot get the credit for that. So that should be introduced. That will make the basically our only demand from the budget is, and again I am repeating, it's not for the tour operators or anyone, it is for the country. You see, if you the tour operators are like soldiers who are fighting on the battle, right? And if we have to win the war of tourism, then you have to ensure that based on the foreign exchange earning, they get incentives. Then we used to get a MDA, which was a market development assistance through Ministry of Commerce and also through Ministry of Tourism. If we participate in international trade fairs and exhibitions, 50% of our airfare and the participation fee used to be reimbursed as market development assistance. That has been withdrawn. That should be. And lastly, we have closed down the overseas tourist offices. We have so our suggestion to the government has been that before closing down those offices, you should appoint marketing agents. So in the budget, we have to make a provision for having marketing agents in the source markets like Russia, like UK, like USA, like Spain, like South America, like Australia, New Zealand, uh, and China. So these are the source markets where we need to appoint private marketing agents because they have asked the embassies to do it. But it's difficult for a person because of security reasons to go to the embassies. And the priority of the embassies is international trade, defense, security, political considerations. So we need professionals to do the marketing. And the second phase of Incredible India should be started with a bang, and we should have budget. Our Ministry of Education, the Ministry of Tourism should get more funds. Their funds have been reduced. They should get more funds in thousands of crores so that they can do the marketing, both digital marketing, social media marketing, electronic marketing, and also have control the private marketing offices all over the world.